All right. That took a second. Took a second to say like you're live. It was like going live, and then it just sat there for a little bit. So I'm wondering if it's gonna be like a dead stream again. We'll see. Gotta gotta put the gotta put the head cap on my little man. I wonder. I wonder if it's working. Stream working okay? I gotta remember that there's gonna be like some like time issues. Okay. All right. So it looks like there are people in here. Yo. Okay. All right. Let's go in. Hello. All right. We don't have to worry about that. Okay. Let's close that. Let's just get right into it. Fuck it. Just get right into it. Go a little crazy. I'm going to minimize this. Well, not minimize it, but what's up, Mojo? Hello, Ilrak et al. Trevor, Sour Crossing, Doodle saying swag time. Yeah, I did make an announcement. So the thing is that I'm not I'm again cannot stress this enough. I am not a professional streamer, so I'm not making these, I'm not doing this to be yeah, and you should catch my stream and do this, do that. I'm if you're here, you're here. If you're not here, that's fine because all of this is going to be, it's going to be archived. So it doesn't bother me that, these streams are never going to get absolutely massive. But if you feel like there are people that should be here or people that are interested, and you feel like letting people know, that's fine too. I'm more than likely I'll make an announcement minutes before I do one of these. Yeah. Okay. So here we go. The weather channels you. That is the name of this piece of music. So. Sounds like there is a little bit of a in the drums there. Let's hear. Okay, it's not bad. It just sounds like it's probably just because it's a little impotent in that moment. All right. So what we did just as I was screwing around getting my brain warmed up for the night, I sort of started to mess around with not the drums, the regular drum sound effect, but the auxiliary drums. These right here. Notice that there was some. I noticed that there was a discrepancy in there. Something had gotten moved in the virtual in the actual virtual console of the instrument. The low end had just gotten completely rolled off to 0%. So I had to put the low end back to not negative in the negative dB. So I put it up to 1 plus 1.0 dB. So now it sounds good. sounds good. It sounds better in the mix. We're just gonna listen to it really quick and see how we did. So I'm thinking. That sounds okay. Nice little drop out there. Forgot about that. Sounds good. Nice. The auxiliary drums sound really good here. Okay. We need a Joe in here for a nice little nice little solo. Nice little variation there. Good in the bass. I'll solo here. I love that. Love that. Nice little. Nice little vibe right there. That nice little chord at the end is so good. And that puts us at 4 minutes and 45 seconds, which is good because that means that we are like 2 tracks in, and we're at about like 10 minutes worth of music, which is really great. And when I said 10 minutes, the stream hit 10 minutes, which is fucking bananas. Here we go. All right, so sounds that I want. Hello, more ference. Hello, and greetings. I can't pronounce that mop that you had might have kept your head warm this yeah. No, I had a wedding to go to. Gee, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it anymore. I had to, and it was like a really close family friend, and I couldn't I couldn't show up looking like a crazy person. I can't I'm gonna just how do I oh I want to like respond to you. I can't like, it's in Cyrillic, so I don't even know how to pronounce it. But hello. I hope you're doing well, and I'm glad that you think it sounds really nice. I think it sounds really nice too. Okay, so what sounds do we want? We're gonna just go in and we're gonna create some fun. I mean, this isn't the type of what's up, Mike? This isn't the type of track that needs that organ like that bebop kind of jazz B3 organ. This needs something heavier. So I'm thinking we'll go into synthesizer. Maybe we'll go into pad. Just see what the pad has to offer. I'm always a fan of analog spheres. I think analog spheres is cool. It's always a good time. Um, maybe. Test it out. 1, 2, 3. It's cool, but it's really like it's just obviously very bass heavy, and like it's already so bass heavy that this might like require uh it might just require a little something. Cosmos? No. Cool. Cubist waves. It's like a little farty. Let's hear how it sounds. It's so funny, but it's like because I don't want to maybe that riff is good the way that it is. It's so like it's just so robust. There's a there's there's an effect on top of, the guitar, which spaces the guitar out pretty significantly. It's an octave or pedal, and the way that I have it set up is I'm playing a Strat, so it's almost gonna have this like crunch feel to it, even though I don't have the mainframe like 8-bit like bit crusher pedal on. It's still got that I mean, if we isolate this, right? If we just isolate this track and just listen to how you know, so here's what I'm gonna say. That's gonna be a solo for a solo section for Kenny or Nick. So I'm not gonna layer anything extra over that because they're gonna want it. And then same thing here. Or maybe here. When I was writing this, I was really feeling like a kind of like I mean, it's such a bastardized, like in my mind, I was trying to channel like a couple of different things, but I had been listening to a lot of Around the Fur, that Deftones record. That's like fucking awesome. And so like I had what's up, Spec? I had sort of been like, trying to channel like that groove element that Deftones um were really good at and still are really good at channeling in their music. And so like it's never like so much, but there are a lot of effects on the vocals. So maybe this will be one where like I fuck around with vocal effects. Um but for the sake of messing around with stuff in here to see if I can't get it to sound a little bit better. Um, let's find a good place to put. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna have to do it in the verses. All right. We'll just set up MIDI regions. Let's see what happens. Well, it has to do with the weather. So I wonder if there are fun weather themed pads. Now I know there's a lot of stuff that has to do with clouds. So we're going to see if epic cloud formation. Let's see how that sounds. It's very silly sounding. Cloud shimmer. So for those of you that don't know what that sound is, I mean, you probably do. That is the exact sound with like some minor tweaking that I used in Seasons for the Dennis Mullen track on Absent Moon. Now, as much as I love that, I don't want to be a repeat offender because I do have a specific sound, like sonic signature. I have a specific brand, but I don't want it to be like, we're listening to the same record over again. Like, so like, I've done like two publications now where like there's like a Latin track, and I want to do a Latin track on this record, but I want to do it in a way that is not you know I want to do it in a way that is not like I want it to be lively, but I don't want it to be the same kind of vibe. Even though it'll probably have something similar. Yeah, there's stuff that we have to talk about with that one. Um, all right, maybe yeah, I wanna do it because it was the most fun that I had on the entire record, and I was in live stream when I was doing the Dennis track, but I was not, like, in a public live stream, I was in a closed one, and I was bugging because I was like, "Fuck, this sounds exactly like a thing," and I was quoting Dance of the Paper Cup. Like, it was like a subconscious thing. I was like, "Oh, it's the Dennis Mullen track. I better quote the Dennis Mullen track on the Dennis Mullen track." And I was fucking with my own self. It was ridiculous. I was like, "No way. I can't be like stealing from somebody right now." I was stealing from myself. Um, all right, Cosmic Departure. No, thank you. No, thanks. Um, uh, Hello. Maybe Drifting Away. That's actually super nice. Super. Actually, really, really nice. I bet there is yeah. So that's Lush. Interesting. Okay. All right. Now that's actually really nice. I don't like how it sounds. I think it sounds really, really silly. We can fuck with the timbre. Okay. There it is. Okay, we're gonna mess with the cutoff a little bit because that's where like it has that little um that little up down pipe thing. Like, it's got that stupid sound. And it only comes in for a little bit. The release is a little crazy. The decay is like non-existent. Attack seems good. Let's put the attack at 50% or as close to 50% as possible. Let's bring the sustain down to 75. Bring the attack back up to like mid 60s, maybe 70. release is very high too. Create MIDI region. Let's see if I can. Maybe it's that's cool. Okay. Let's make it work. Let's see what this sounds like. Okay, so we can double it up. All right. So. Okay. Sounds like the GameCube. Oh, the menu. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe. All right. And then. boom, 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 boom. All right. All right. Let's make this 110 and let's make this 120. Let's make it a little bit different. Okay. All right. So now this chorus is going to sound really good if we have like a synthesizer in here, but it needs to be like cool chords. Like it can't, and it also like, I mean, listen, I would put bebop organ on everything, but like I'm not gonna do that. I also really like how this kind of like leads into the next section. Yeah, you love to see it, and you love to hear it too. It's great. Okay, so we have "Drifting Away" as our vibe out. Yeah, yeah. It goes nuts. All right. Okay, so what about going to synthesizer again? Maybe um maybe something cool like synthesizer pad. There's something called Mountain Rain that is always just such a nice sound. If I search Mountain Rain. Maybe it's I mean, yeah. Okay. Let's just make it happen. I'm not even gonna question it. I like that too. So make it nice and calm. It's like so calm, but it's too calm. Maybe make it 40% or 40 velocity. Even more, 60? Maybe. We want to hear it. Yeah. Okay. Nice little tetrachord action. Okay. You know, the other thing too is that I can just write this part. So just hear what that sounds like just by itself. Okay. All right. Ba, ba, da, ba, da, ba. Transform pad. Grand views. Let's bring the reverb down a little bit and bring the delay down a little bit. Let's see what happens. Okay. Slow glows. Right now it's at grand views. That's the sound. Oh, Jesus. What did I do? Undo the paste. Undo the paste. Copy. Paste. Okay. Maybe let's see how it sounds in the mix. Why not? Okay. So I like it, but it might not have the stuff. It might not have the right vibe. I mean, it's okay if it doesn't. Here. It's cool. Let's give it the test. Let's just hear it with the it's very like it's very washed out. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna new track duplicate settings. And we're gonna literally copy it and paste it and keep it there, but mute it in there just in case. All right, let's see. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay. All right, this is what I wanted. All right. So Mountain Rain. Oh, it's in Plucked, and like I don't really. That's why. Maybe. Okay. So. Okay. So that sound might be cool. That's Autumn Haze. Let's see. Broom Street significant what? Something going on in the bass there too. Right there. So you've got this right here. Yeah, it's like not correct. That's so weird. What? I wonder what happened. I guess it's like just a part of like the way that I played it. You know? Oh. Oh, it's because I like tripleted on the fingers. I was like losing my damn mind. Okay, so that Broom Street significant synth, not the one. Maybe it's this Calming Waves. No. No. Celestial Voices. It's so fucking like bright. It's like Cosmic Turkeys. It's a good band name. Yeah, that might work. This is just called classic analog. That's cool. It's not bad. It doesn't sound like complete horse shit. So I'm not Like, that's really cool. That's really cool. This kind of reminds me of like a little bit of like I don't know, it's got like that Final Fantasy VII vibe, but like I don't want to put that exact thing in there. Classic analog pad. Okay. All right. It's not bad. It could be it. And then like so like let's say there was a guitar solo there. All right. Now I will not be playing it, but my guests will. Uh Ken Ackerman, who is fantastic. Oh, dude, if I got a chance to collaborate with Chris Christodoulou, like, listen, I have had numerous people in my life inspire me. Like, I can't tell you how many different inspirations I have, and how I get like, semi obsessive over like, certain sounds that are really cool that I have to kind of like sort of channel in my own way. And Chris Christodoulou was that guy where like I had sort of like forgotten that I uh had a dream of becoming a video game composer, and Chris was like the guy that like woke me up. It was just like, yeah, no, you have to like buy this game because the music, Risk of Rain 1, you have to buy the game because the music sounds incredible, and then you need to like, figure out how you're going to do this. And I remember like I bought like a bunch of pedals, and I just got to work. Yeah, he's great. Um he's a fantastic individual. I've spoken with him like a few times, and he just gives me like really good advice about like music industry shit. He's awesome. Really, really nice dude. Yeah, I would love to work with him. Let's see if Yeah. Yeah. That'll work. That'll work. In the song. Yeah. I mean, like he could like Nick could do second solo, or Ken could do second solo. It doesn't really matter. They're both really good. Um, I had not kind of conceptualized like what the solo would sound like. And then of course like during all of the sounds that all of the sounds that Joe is gonna be making on the horns, I'll probably like layer in some vocals like way in the back, like whispers and stuff. I wonder what my solo would sound like. Mess around with some guitar in the solo section. So funny, the automation in there. Let's see if I can do another one. Just like a fucking dick around moment. Ah. Yeah, I mean, I could just literally like just fart out any solo, and it would be like it would be fine. I would be happy with um whatever. Maybe like a little bit more, just a little bit more distortion, just for fun. I'm not going to record my solo tonight because I want to make sure that like um the other guys get their stuff down so that I can react to it, because I don't want to, I don't want to like showboat too much on the end, because it's a very relaxed solo. So maybe if it wasn't even picked, if it was thought. Bending off the fretboard, no good. Maybe with the slide. I was messing around with this before. Yeah, I mean, like it could. There are so many. Like this is the problem with like a cool ending section like that, is it's such an option paralysis moment where it's like, what the fuck do I do? And really, I shouldn't be making any decisions about it just yet, because of like, the other guys have to play on it first, and I want to be respectful of their ideas, and I want to make sure that they say the things that they want to say. And what's so funny is these guys are going to come in and they're going to be like, for like a metal slide. Oh yeah, definitely. Hold on, wait, here, the brass slide sounds fucking crazy. So with the brass slide, you have to turn the you basically just have to kill the tone knob on the guitar. Otherwise, you're going to get like a lot of noise. Yeah. Metal slides are a little bit louder and a little bit more angry. The glass slide is definitely going to give you that like angelic tone. I mean, you can hear the difference like right off the bat. So you can't really hear any sliding with that. And then with this, it's just a little bit, I mean, it's brass, so it's metal on metal. So you're going to hear this like kind of scraping against like that Mohs, scale of hardness thing, where like metal against metal and glass against metal, it's just gonna it's a tonal difference for sure. I'm sure friction also has to do with it. Like metal on metal, you can definitely hear what's going on. Whereas like with on glass, yeah, like you can hear like at least on my end, it's like. Goofy sound time. All right, so this right here, I think this is like, you know, I think this is like feeling good. This part. We just want it to be a layer. Okay, I like how there's no synthesizer there for the time being. Oh, Lord have mercy. What did I do? Okay, undo paste. All right, I see what I did. Copy. Okay. And then let's do this again. All right, analog pad. Get it in there. So if Joe Christensen were to play, Yeah, I mean, um, yeah, you should get a Mac. You should get a Mac. Like I was so anti Mac for so many years. I was anti Apple for many years. Like I was like fuck Apple. It can't even play games. And I was like, no, Apple is playing fucking games with my mind. Like really like Apple products are products for like people that make shit. Like they really like they make things that help artists make things. That's it. It's just like Logic makes sense for me. It's a very easy DAW to use. The drum sounds are really cool, and then like I don't know, like all of my pedals sound cool through here, and I'm not using anything special. I have this like shitty Focusrite. I mean, it's not even shitty. Like if it's working, it's not shitty. Everyone's like, "Oh, dude, like if you have that Focusrite Scarlet thing, that's terrible." And it's like, bro, it's $100 and it fucking works like better than anything. This shit has never broken once, and if it does, oh no, I'm at $120. I'll just buy another one for another 100. Yeah, the 2i2 exactly, dude. I have this exact fucking thing. It's great. It's fucking awesome. I mean, it's obviously it's like mass produced. Like it's not. Yeah, but like, dude, have you ever used like a tube preamp? It's like no. I have tube amps. I can mic an amplifier, but like I'm down here. Like I can't. I have to be going DI. Like that's what I have to be doing. Like I don't know. People, if I told you guys what my secrets were, you'd be like, holy shit! Like he's not doing anything special. And at the end of the day, it's all about how you play it. You can have total shit gear, and if you're playing really well, no one's gonna know that you're playing at a like dog shit. All of my money is in my pedals, honestly, and like in my guitars and my education and whatnot. Like I don't have like some of my gear is cool, but it's not like whoa, dude, like you have a fucking 1960 tube driven microphone that was used by James Brown 3 times. Like, no, dude, I don't have that. I don't have that shit. Um, all right, so let's hear what this. Um, anything decent is third party and expensive as fuck. I mean, dude, like, don't get me wrong. I want to get like Sonoscore. I want to get like like extensions to this DAW, but like it's all expensive. Sonoscore, I could score an entire like orchestra, no problem. I could sit and write like my magnum opus, my magnum anus. I could make all of that shit happen. And they're like, yeah, we want $650 for the total program, Sonoscore. It's like this is fucking terrible. Like, why would like and then I'm probably gonna buy it because it's sick. But you buy it and then they update it, and it's like, okay, well now what do I have to do? Do I have to buy updates? I don't know. It's wild. Um, all right, so let's listen to what's going on here with this. Okay. So this is drifting away. Maybe. Oops. Maybe that. Oh my god. What did I do? Oh, I see. It's so funny when you like do a paste and you're like, what did I fucking do just now? And it's like you didn't do anything. You ruined it. You ruined it all. Okay, so I'm gonna just like make this like grow just a little bit. So you've got okay. Let's see. All right. This is actually legit. We're almost done. We're gonna do this at like, I don't know, 30. Keep it nice and chill because we're here. Okay. Make it like that's nice. That's nice, but maybe put it 35. Keep it nice and chill. Cool. All right. So now we just need to do some fun shit for Joe with the pad. I'm not gonna do. I'm getting rid of Mountain Rain. It's not good. All right. So if we're here, okay. Something like that. It's gotta be like so quiet. Oops. Quantize it. Shit, so I hope that that works. So yeah, it kind of works really nicely. So you got yeah, all right. So the real question is, do I want there to be synth in the second half? Maybe. What if I get so this so maybe it's that. Moving the notes on the piano sounds like you're scoring an avant-garde film. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. This is that's good. Just double that. Oh man, what did I do? Undo length change. Okay. 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 Let's make the release a little bit. I don't know how I feel about that. Cool, it creeps in. Yeah, it's a good ending. All right, cool. File save. All right, so let's see. It's so funny because sometimes like less is more with the synths, and I feel like so strongly like, oh, it's missing so much, and it's like it's not, dude. It's really fucking not missing shit. You know, it's not like tonight was like I felt like okay, cool. I got like a little bit of work done. I've worked for an hour and a half. I feel like I glued the piece together nicely. Um, and I'll have like half an hour to just like flesh out some chord progression ideas. Um, I'm going to uh, listen to the song once all the way through just to hear how like if anything is like, oh, this is like not good. I'm still like all this stuff. You got to remember like it gets recorded and then like I listen to it a ton throughout the days you know of working on these projects. Um to me, like listening, like it's its own separate like clock because 50% of musicianship is just like listening to the shit. And like I can't quantify how much music I listen to throughout the day, like studying other people's work, studying my students' work, studying, my own work. Like I can't, it's not possible for me to quantify. So I keep it as like a separate clock. It's like I never include it in what, oh, and this is part of the production. Like, I could add hundreds of hours to every production that I ever did, and that would then make sense. That would be like, oh yeah, cool. Like that's how long you worked. But I'm not going to be like, yeah, just listening to it is, you know, to me that it's almost like it counts, but it doesn't count. Like you have to keep that shit separated. Um, Even though it's probably the most important part is listening and making sure that it's good. All right, I'm gonna listen to this all the way through and see what happens. I agree. I agree. It's gonna be a trumpet solo. Like this section's gonna be either flugelhorn or trumpet, something like that. Joe Christensen's gonna come in, he's gonna fuck shit up. Give him 2 chords. This will be me. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, I've got like weird visions in my mind. I know what I'm gonna do to fix this problem. All right, so check this out. Analog pad. Analog pad chorus, and then I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna make it. This is such an easy fix. Analog pad chorus, and then this is analog pad solos. And then all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this and drag it down, and then I'm just gonna make this like quiet. So this is what it's gonna sound like now. Now it's not getting in the way of anything. Yeah, I mean, like, come on, man. We're dealing with some sick shit. Is what we're dealing with. All right, let's come up with some chords and then write them down, and then at like 11 o'clock I'm gonna get off so I can game a little bit. Okay, so all right, so I was messing around with something like that. Spec, dude, have a good one, man. Maybe that, like. Yeah, something like that. It's kind of like it's a little forlorn. It's like it's not like super joyful. Um I was thinking about like a lyric earlier. Um and I really want to capture um this this I really want to capture this feeling that I get like every day. Um like like when I'm browsing the internet and like doing my daily interactions. Like I said it in for those of you that are in like certain servers, you know what I'm talking about. But I don't want to talk about it like so publicly on here because it's like the biggest thing that has happened. Like, and it's so funny because it's like I don't want to like talk. I just don't want to talk about it so openly because I don't want to jinx it, and B, it's like I don't want to make anybody else feel bad. But like to me, it's gonna be the coolest collaboration on the record, and that's saying something because like I love working with Vinny. Vinny has he I think he's I'm like 95% sure that he's gonna come on. Um, he's so good. He's such a good dude to work with, and I always have so much fun working with him. But this is like way different, and like I want to write something that's gonna make this person really feel like yeah, and this is fun. I don't want to give them something boring. So, um, like maybe it starts out like that. Maybe it's like something like that. Just something fun, and then uh, uh, um, uh, yo, I could just I mean I'll borrow that. It's never gonna get written. Okay, no, that's actually really fun. Yeah, on Strat too. That might be really fun. Um, that's yeah, all right. Cool. So we need to mix Latin jazz and J rock and um oh man, it's okay. So that's super fun. That so that has to start with I need strings on that. Yeah, that. And then that riff could play again. It's always gonna come back to that. Like, oh, good night, G, dude. Thanks for hanging. Um, yeah, okay. So this is so good too because I don't even need to record it. I can just like go to like the video and like kind of study it again. But it's already in my head now. So this. Okay. And then maybe it's a. Yeah, okay. All right. So that's our main. After that, oh man, and that intro part could be the fucking bridge. Okay, all right, cool. So intro it can kind of be like not amorphous, but like it can be a strict tempo or not. It could It's so cool because I could have just a section that is like a completely like amorphous thing. Um and then it goes into that yeah, this is so funny because this was a song that I wrote for Amigos during COVID. Um I'm recycling it. It's a really good song. It's actually a song called Spike, that I wrote, and it was when I was like I hadn't written Textbook Case of Unrequited Love yet. Like I just hadn't written that song yet. Um uh and that was like my first like, okay, I'm gonna write a J-Rock song and I'm gonna commit to it because I would like start them and then I would never finish them. Um like this like just the dirtiness of the like all I have to do is just get like a good take of that and then just like permutate that, um and bleed it all together so that it sounds like I'm just playing it consistently because I'm playing it. But studio magic, like the secret of the sauce is like you can record it all like in one take if you want, but like if you get a good sound and it's the one, there is no shame in it. And I'll tell you why, because there are artists like Sia, who's like this great singer. I mean, I know she stepped in shit when she was like uh, there was like something that happened where she was like directing a movie that I don't do the album artwork. I usually like either hit up like an artist friend or like I might have Mason do it because he's done my album artwork once. Uh, and then I had Matt Marciano, a very dear friend of mine, do my album artwork for another record that I did with my band. Um and yeah, I mean like I usually just like I'll hit somebody up who's like, their art is just like, well, what the fuck? Like this is crazy. Um yeah, I have to see what I'm gonna do. But yeah, I have a vision for what the album cover is gonna look like. I also might do the album cover as like a photo. Um, I haven't like really decided yet. I'm not like that far along, and we're at that part in the project where it's like, okay, like I can't abandon it because I've already done so much for it. But like I'll think about it like within the next like probably within the month I'll have like an idea of what I want to do. Um but yeah, I feel like I wrote this song called Spike based on Spike Spiegel, is that his last name? It's not Spiegler. Is it Spiegel? Spike. Yeah, Spike Spiegel. Yeah, the character from Cowboy Bebop, because I just finished watching Cowboy Bebop and I was like, wow, what a fucking cool show. And I wanted to like write this song that was just called Spike because of how like hard hitting that was. Like I really wanted to have like this vibe to it, and we had all met in like we had done a couple of rehearsals here, and I was like, yeah, I think if we can just get through it, and it became impossible. It became impossible to meet because uh the drummer had stuff going on, the guitarist had stuff going on, the bass player had stuff. We all just had stuff going on that like it made it impossible even impossible for me to have rehearsal down here. And it was like even then it was like rehearsal has to be these specific 2 hours on this day. And like up until then we had not, it was just, yeah, we're gonna do like Sunday evening, or we're gonna do like Thursday evening, and we'll start and we'll stop when we're done. And it just became impossible, and it was like such a fucking heartbreaker because I really loved playing in that band, and I would, if I could make room in my schedule and figure out a way to monetize playing in that group so that everyone could just be comfortable and play and make money doing it so that they don't have to worry about anything else, then that would be great. But it's not, the system is not the system's not right now. Like I'm like the indie gaming uh realm, hemisphere, whatever you want to call it, it's good because you're making a game. It's something that people can experience over and over again and they can come back to, and if you have the gumption to do it, then you could do it, right? Like you could make a game and people play it and people tell their friends and they like it. Music is a little bit different because like it's really hard to monetize it and have people keep coming back to the music. You can monetize it. They buy the record once and that's it. That's your $10. If you sold a CD back in the day. And you know, the idea was that it got popular enough where if one person bought it, they burned the CD. They ripped the music from the CD and they'd burn it to a bunch of like CDRs and give it to their friends. And then they would say like, wow, I really like this band. I'm going to go to the concert. I'm going to go to the show. Then you sell the ticket to the show and you sell the merch at the show. And there was like this ecosystem where like, it made sense. And now you can't even make money doing touring. You can't even make money touring unless you're like one of the biggest fucking acts in the world. You can't make any money touring. There are artists like Jack White, who's a great guitar player, awesome musician. I don't, like it's so hard for me to say like about anyone like, oh yeah, like I never speak about musicians' character anymore because it's like you never know who you're going to be like, oh yeah, I really like Sia, right? I think she's a great musician, but I was saying before I interrupted myself for the nth time, she like stepped in shit because she was like directing a film and like, the film had to do with like autism and like none of the actors in the movie had autism. And, there was an entire group of people that were like, yeah, well, I mean, you can't like, you know, it's really hard to hire autistic actors. And then like all the autistic actors came out and were like, no, it's not. Like there are tons of us. If there are tons of people that are actors that have like Down syndrome and autism and whatnot, then you should be hiring those actors for that thing. And then of course there was like a whole firing back and this and that. I'm like, I'm not here to have an opinion on that sort of thing, but artists they'll often step in shit unknowingly, and it's just like, oh, that really sucks. And like Sia, I think her music is great. Why I brought her up is because she has this one song, Chandelier, if everyone's heard that song before, and she recorded the chorus one time. I'm sure she got the take that she wanted, but she recorded that chorus one time, and you can hear that she recorded the chorus one time. And yeah. Oh, Lucille, did you see the movie that I'm talking about, or are you talking about the song Chandelier? It's like listen, not my favorite song either, but I know that it was popular because I was getting blasted in the fucking face with Chandelier constantly, and the first thing I noticed is the chorus is the chorus is the same. It's the same. She sang it once and they just copied and pasted it. There's no shame in that sort of thing. Now, what I am going to say about the industry and why it's a little broken is because there are great artists that want to tour and want to play, and you got artists like Jack White and fucking all these other people that are just like, yeah, I can't make money doing this, so I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not going to tour. Like it makes no sense for me to tour. I, spend all this money to put on this great show, and I made sure that the people that were working the tour got compensated fairly. And I ended up making, like, I think Jack White was like, I made $2,000 and I was on tour for fucking, like, I don't know, like months. He's like, and I made $2,000. He's like, it sucks. And I'm like, yo, that's terrible, or some shit. I'd have to go back and read it, but it's tough out there. And I think the cool thing now is that, like, I'm just happy, like, doing like oh, all good, Lucille. I'm just happy, like, doing like chill shit like this. I don't oh, about the movie. Oh yeah, I didn't even see the movie. Um but I heard that, like, it like, I mean, yeah, it's bleak being a musician is accepting that it's a hobby. And it yeah, so okay. Um so for me, I'm a musician, right? And a lot of people say like, "Oh, like, are you're a musician? Is that like, your hobby?" And I'm like, "No, like, I'm a professional musician." They're like, "Oh, like, dude, like, what do you, like, make nothing?" I'm like, "Well, no, I just, like, I work a lot, and, like, I'm happy with the amount of work that I do. Like, I'm never, like, upset at the work that I have to do. Like, so I can go to work every day and be like, "Yo, this is super fucking cool. Like, I'm having a great time." But I can basically never have a vacation. Like, it's one or the other. Now, Mason will tell you the same thing. Like, it's very like feast or famine in the arts, like we always joke, like, yeah, and one day we're gonna hit it, and we're gonna put out a game, and we're gonna hit it again, and it's gonna be great. And we're gonna take an excursion, and it's going to be great. We'll go on a vacation where it's like two bros or whatever, or like he'll go one place and I'll go another place, and we'll, like, just collect our thoughts and then come back, at the end of the day, and figure out, what it is that needs to be made next, or whatever. And that goes not just for, Mason and myself, but that goes for like a lot of people that I've spoken to about this part of the industry, is like the making part of the industry. Um, I did have a conversation with somebody once who was like an amazing musician, and they were like, "Oh, so like, what do you do, like as a professional musician?" Um, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I don't take offense to like what you're saying at all, like not even a little bit, like, because I totally understand what you're saying. That's why this part of the story is really funny. This guy was like, "Oh yeah, so like, what do you do? Like, you're like playing and gigging and doing all that stuff. Like, how do you like, what's your day job?" And I was like, "Well, my day job is I teach." And he was like, "Oh, well, like, don't you think that like you should be like playing out longer so that you can have like more experiences to like be able to teach effectively?" And I was like, "Have you ever taken a lesson with me?" And he's like, "No, like, what do you teach?" I'm like, "I teach guitar and bass, and I do vocal coaching." And I'm like, "You are playing a completely different instrument from that, but have you ever taken a lesson with me?" And he's like, "No." And I'm like, "Do you know how many kids I have made into lifelong musicians because of how passionate I am about this?" And he was like, "Oh, I mean, like, I'm not saying that like you're a bad teacher." I'm like, "Well, no, you're saying that I shouldn't be teaching and that I don't have enough experiences as a teacher, or as a musician, to teach effectively." And I'm like, "And I think that's fucking bullshit." I was like, "I don't know you, so I'm allowed to say that to you. I think that rhetoric is fucking bullshit." No, I don't only teach in person. COVID forced me to learn how to teach um, in virtual, and I have tons of virtual students. Like, I have students all over the fucking place. It's great. I teach some kids in Texas. I've taught kids in Tennessee. Um, I've taught tons and tons of people. Like, and I always say, like, I don't use these streams to advertise for my lessons and stuff. But if you were ever interested and you wanted to take a lesson with me, you could hit me up, and my lesson rate is like really fair. It You could do drop-ins. I usually try and like get students to like take the lessons for long periods of time because it's like, that's what is going to get you better and get you understanding this stuff. But like it's not for everybody because it can be an expense. I know that when I was younger and I was taking lessons and my parents were supporting me when I was like young, I was taking guitar lessons at one point and voice lessons at one point at the same time. And they were like, you have to pick one. I was like, okay. So I picked the voice lessons because that was what I was better at the time. And then I studied guitar on my own. But yeah, dude, total fucking bullshit with people just having this like this concept that like you have to have more experiences in order to be a good teacher. Okay, well, fine, I agree with that, but at the same time, it's like, is that all teaching is about? Like, I have a music degree, so I've got 4.5 years of experience and tons of ensemble experience. And I have better financial literacy than most people because in terms of, being a musician, because I own and operate a small business with my wife. And I, co-run a development team, which is also a small business. And it's just like, fucking what are you saying? Like that's just not the type of thing that you say to somebody who you've just met, like oh, well, like, oh, that's so crazy that you teach because like you have no business teaching because you don't have enough experience as a musician. It's like, and at the time, like you have to picture me like in my mid-20s, like having been out of school for like 4 years at that point when I was having this discussion with this person. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? You're still in college. What are you talking about? It was just like stupid, like college kid shit where like they didn't really know what they were talking about. And I really hope that that person learned a little bit from conversation. Such a weird take that tour experience is what you need to pass on to these kids. Yeah. Touring is fucking terrible. And like, you want to know something? I have never toured, ever, never toured. I have played a ton of fucking private parties and wedding cocktail hours and made bank doing that. That shit is fun as fuck. I've done Christmas parties. Dude, people are like, oh my God, like touring is so great because you get to play in front of all these people and make no money. I'm like, bro, I played in front of a wedding of 150 people and me and my homie played like songs that we know like the back of our ass. And like literally it is nothing. Like it requires no like we can make it sound amazing or we can like be on autopilot and just like still sound really good and still get paid, and people have no idea what the difference is. Now that's not to say that we don't go in and whole ass every gig, but if one of us was like sick and we had to do the gig or whatever, we could still do the gig perfectly fine. But then you're going and you're making like hundreds and hundreds of dollars each because that's a good gig. You're providing a service on a special day. You're providing them with the list of songs that they asked for specifically. And it's always like human beings are very predictable, so it's always the same. I've performed like I think I've done 5 or 6 wedding cocktail hours. Um Played tons of brides down the aisle, including my sister. I played my own wedding cocktail hour. I was like, fuck it. I'm not hiring anybody to do that. I will do it. I will play my wedding cocktail hour. It'll be great. And yeah, we had a lot of fun doing that. It was super fun. And then I don't know, like, yeah, I've never toured. And people are like, oh, well, then you have no idea. And it's like, yeah, good. I've never been in the red. I've never been in the red from going on a tour. Can you imagine how scary that is? Being like, oh man, hopefully we're in the green by the end of this tour. You're never going to be in the green by the end of the tour. You're going to have spent so much fucking money and made dog shit because it's so hard to do a tour on your own. And then if you get signed by a label, the label isn't providing you with shit. Especially if it's an indie label. They're not providing you with the hotel room. You're sleeping in your fucking car. You're sleeping at campsites. So now you can only tour in places where it's warm and it's safe to sleep in your car. It's nuts. It's the idea of touring is like, yes, absolutely. And of course, it's glamorized by who? It's glamorized by people that were doing it in the 60s during the free love movement when they had vans to sleep in and nobody was fucking, like committing like heinous crimes. like stabbing the shit out of each other. I'm sure there were like, heinous crimes being committed, but like, the summer of love, like 67, 68, 69, when people were talking about how amazing touring was, because everybody was fucked up on, like psychedelics and weed and shit. And they're like glorifying this thing that like wasn't real. It wasn't real. It absolutely was not fucking real, because then they woke up in the 80s and they were like, oh fuck, like we still have to actually like do shit. The business was getting way more competitive, especially after the 70s, and all the the virtuosos woke up and started implementing jazz fusion into all their work. Yeah, breaking even doesn't always mean profit. Yes. Well, here's the other thing too. You can be making money and maintain, and that's not breaking even. If you have bills to pay and you're maintaining those bills, that's not breaking even. Breaking even is you put a ton of money into the tour and then you like made enough back to say you got zero. But like I work enough where I can pay my mortgage, I can pay my family cell phone bill, my internet. My wife pays electricity. We pay for our kid to go to this public school. It's nice. It's nice. The amount of work that I do is it gets me the things and my wife the things that we need, and we maintain. It's awesome. I would never be able to do that if I was going on tour ever. And like I'm not hating on anybody that goes on tour, because if it works for you, good. It has never worked for me. I have never been able to just like sit and do the math and be like, right, and this is gonna make perfect sense. Because there's always something. It's always like, this is way too much of a risk. If something goes wrong with your car on a tour, God forbid you get into a car accident, you're automatically losing money, because you have to get the car fixed and you've lost time. Like it's insane. It's insane to think about how, if you don't have a big company, business, label, corporation behind you supporting you, then you can't tour. And yet people still do it. And it's like, yeah, well, I do it because I love it. I mean, you love it, but it's financially irresponsible. That's just what it is. And that, I don't think that's a bad take. And like, listen, nobody has to force me to go on tour. I'm not going. And I'm not hating on people for doing it. I'm just don't. There are people that say sign me the fuck up. My term for that is don't sign me up. Don't send me a sign up sheet. What I am excited about is that I've been invited to perform at MagFest. I think a band that's out there is going to. I think the band is called By Score. If you guys have never heard of this band before, I want to give them a shout out. I don't think they're in here, but it's just like non sequitur, kind of like yeah. Oh, let's segue into this shit. By Score is super cool. They're a video game music cover band. They have a really neat cover of Xeno Arcadia that sounds really good. And they were like, yo, we're going to be at MagFest playing Friday and or Saturday night, and we're going to do the arrangement of Xeno. Do you want to play on it? And it's like, what a fucking dream come true. Yeah, sign me up. I'm there. Like I'm already there. So Mason and I think we got the tickets already, and we're going to go. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. I'm always trying to teach people about, some shit. Yeah, but Xeno Arcadia, it's gonna be super fun. I'm very excited. Yeah, that's gonna be a good time. And I'm gonna get to see some people from I'm gonna get to see some people like down there at the fest who are gonna be like a part of this project. Like I don't know if he's gonna do it, because I know he's like really busy. sometimes. But if you haven't gotten an opportunity to check out Anton Karaza, he's become one of like my closer friends in the industry. He works alongside T Lopes on like he did like the hip hop verse on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game Shredder's Revenge. The first like the vanilla copy, uh not the DLC. It's a song called Mutants Over Broadway. Um, it's a really, really cool song. He's a great musician. Like, honestly, so versatile. Uh, great sense of rhythm and rhyme for hip hop. Great delivery. Really good vocal character when he does his thing. And what I also really love about Anton is that he's just well rounded. Like he just like plays like he plays something that not a lot of people play. Like he plays something called a Yui, which is an electronic wind instrument. He's really good at it. He's just got really good instincts. I'm trying to get him on a track for this project. I've talked with him about it, and he just said like, "Oh yeah, like send me a file, and like I'll play something over it, and like you put it in, and like that's like what a lot of people have said. So I'm hoping that it's as easy as that. A lot of people have come back to me and said that they want to be on the record, but they don't want to feel the pressure of being in a stream, which is totally fine because as long as people see that I'm doing my work, then you know, then we're doing it. The project's getting made. So I'm like 8 minutes, 9 minutes now over schedule, but that's okay. Um, so here's what I'll say. This tune, this thing, this is next. Ah, okay. And then that turns into really, really simple kind of riff god thing. It was a gotta get like a nice gotta get a nice tempo in there, feeling really driving, but also like I mean it's gonna be a Latin tune, Latin jazz mixed with some J rock. And then what's his name? Very special guest, and I am not gonna say who it is. I'm not gonna fucking say who it is. But if you follow me on Twitter, or yeah, it's mostly happening on Twitter, and I'm not gonna be. I don't like what's going on Twitter right now. It's like nobody likes what's going on Twitter right now. Holy shit. The whole fucking thing is like a mess right now. It's just like, oh my god, I got to get in. I got to do my daily things and then I got to get the fuck out of there cuz this shit is crazy. If you follow me, there are very specific things that I do at specific times of the day. Um I like look out for it every morning around like 10 o'clock. That's usually if it's a Monday, I usually am interacting with we're just normal men, we're just innocent men. But this is something that I or like if it's Friday, today is Friday in California, that meme, I'll interact with that meme account or whatever. But like yeah, like I'll be really sad if it shits the bed too. I'll be really sad if it shits the bed. But you want to know something? There was life before Twitter. And if Twitter shits the bed and it gets completely unusable, there will be some other platform that people go to after Twitter. There are so many. There are so many contingencies that people have set up. Yeah, I have a Blue Sky. It's fun. It's very old, antiquated feeling, but I feel like that's like the thing. If you follow me on Twitter, take a look at my post history. Just take a look at it. It's you'll see very similar stuff every single day. And it's one of my favorite things ever. And so I got started on something earlier and then tangent because we got the work done and I wanted to kind of like, talk with everyone as one does. And you know, it's just like I was thinking of this lyric about like, you know, sometimes all it takes is like a smile and a wave. Sometimes that's all it takes. Smile and a wave, and that's what helps people. That's what helps get your day started. That's what helps to turn your day around. That's what helps to um you know, give meaning to to such a simple thing. It's so basic, but sometimes it just takes a smile and a wave, and that's all I'll say. Sour Crossing, dude, be good. Um, I think, yeah, if everyone takes that knowledge, just keep an eye out for that shit. You'll know what I'm talking about. Why I'm really excited about this specific thing. It's like holy shit. Like, whoa, dude. Like, what a fucking treat. Like, I'm so happy about it. Like, it's all I'm thinking about. So now I'm thinking like, all right, I gotta like, I really gotta like, you know, come up with like a good song, a good, the best song. And I know that I'll like it, but I want to make sure that the people playing on this one like it too. All right, everybody have a good night. We did 2.5 hours. Um, I'm going to probably stream Wednesday, maybe. Definitely not. I mean, there's a possibility that I might do tomorrow late, but we'll see. All right, everybody have a good one. We'll see you at part 5, and that will put us in track 3. So, we're moving and grooving. Everyone take care. See you soon.